Nestling in the heart of Asia's only Latin Quarter of Fountainhas, the Panjim Inn prides itself in being Goa's first classified heritage hotel. It is one of the erstwhile big homes of Fountainhas. The Veranda restaurant on the first floor of the Panjim Inn offers fine local and continental cuisine to the region. From its strategic location, a sip of the in-house farm fenny and bites of a scrumptious Goan meal, one can take in the sounds and smells of ethnic Goa. The Panjim Inn is a meeting place for art lovers, as the Gallery Gitanjali on the ground floor of the Panjim Peoples showcases a wide range of contemporary paintings by well-known local and overseas artists. The three hotels in the Panjim Inn complex offer 37 rooms, each unique in character, a fine blend of old world elegance and modernity. Period furniture, antique interiors, together with exotic art and fine furnishings, take you back in time to an era of romance, charm and nostalgia. Fountainhas is an old Latin quarter in Panjim. It maintains to this day its Portuguese influence, namely at the architectural level, such as narrow streets, old villas and buildings painted in lively colours. The quarter shows how Panjim was during the Portuguese rule of Goa. Portuguese is still the spoken word amongst its more elderly residents, and nearly everyone has relatives in Lisbon. The neighbourhood comprises a dozen or so blocks of neoclassical houses, many of which have retained their traditional coat of ochre, painted yellow, green or blue, a legacy of the Portuguese insistence that every Goan building, except churches which had to be kept white, should be coloured, washed after the monsoon each year. The architecture of Fountainhas Fountain in Porto is sophisticated. The old meets the new in a way that lends the neighbourhood a unique character. It is difficult to believe that the neighbourhood developed haphazardly without much attention paid to its design, but the streets, despite being narrow, appear ordered. The best part about taking guests to dine at Venite is probably the look on their face when they enter the restaurant. Standing in the dingy alleyway below, one would never imagine the cheerful Goan restaurant that lies at the top of the flight of wooden stairs. Salvaged from discarded ship decks, even this walking the plank is an experience in itself. Push aside a curtain of shells, bangles and beads and step inside what can only be described as a little Portuguese tavern. Dim lighting, old picture frames and odd knick-knacks donning the walls complete with rickety furniture. Venite is anything but fancy, but it has a character and charm of its own. The beauty of Fountainhas is that you can wander the myriad of streets, whether during the morning, noon, afternoon or evening. The different sun settings and light conditions make it an absolute treasure for photographers to be able to show their art and to play with different vistas and techniques. And obviously there's plenty to come away with. Fountainhas is also one of those places where you can walk to other parts of Panjim. You can get down to the river, you can walk into the bustling town centre, to the marketplace, or you can just hang out in Fountainhas and enjoy its quite unique presence. I remember walking through the cobbled streets at evening, listening to the sound of somebody playing the violin and then somebody else playing the piano. It was just echoing through the old walls of the decaying houses. It was the most wonderful experience. So as you journey through Goa, or perhaps stay at one of the beach resorts, if you can spare perhaps a couple of nights in Panjim, go and stay at the Panjim Inn. And then soak in the atmosphere of the wonderful Fountainhas. Eat at Venite, just muse around, look at the people, take a few photographs, and just soak in the ambience. I can guarantee you'll have a wonderful time.